Hello, I'm Marcus V. Calvert, and welcome to Tales Unlimited, the disturbing thought of the day. Hmm. Okay. Um, it's sort of a generational thing, perhaps, but for those of you who've seen Highlander, like you've seen the movie, you've seen the series, and hopefully not the movies that came after the series, but you know the general idea. There are immortals, a race of immortal beings. No one knows where they come from. If you've never seen the second Highlander movie, like I never have, because everyone's sworn me away from it, I have no idea where they come from. But it was just cool. You're an orphan. You grow up. You die violently. You come back. You're immortal. There are certain rules. If you get killed, you come back. Nothing can kill you unless, of course, your head comes off or your body's completely destroyed, I suppose. And of course, folks come out and try to kill you. And whenever they kill you, um, they get your quickening, they get your knowledge, your power, your soul, whatever. Okay, until there's only one. There can be only one. That's the game. That's the contest, and whoever has it gets the prize, some above the top thing. But you have to go through an entire race. Basically, the whole race has to kill itself for the prize. Okay, cute. And I wish I could get in a time machine and find them when they made these silly movies, because I had ideas on Highlander on how to make those things different, so that even Adrian Paul, the guy who was like Duncan MacLeod, the Clan MacLeod, he could actually keep making movies even to the now if he wanted to. I had two cool ideas. I kept one to myself like months back, but I'm gonna spit it out now. But also, one hit me just now. Oh man. Okay, you have an immortal. This one's old, because what they did in the series was every so often you'd have immortals with unusual powers, like an immortal could get into your dreams and give you nightmares, or an immortal could go with a hypnotic voice and make you like, okay, kill yourself, or put your sword down, put your sword down. Yes, your hand is heavy. Lop. I mean, they had little sub abilities, psychic, small, minor. What if you had an immortal who's very old, and these guys or gals go through lovers, right? Left there, it's a lonely existence, right? And he has a human lover, and she gets killed because of him. He feels bad. She's dying. He's kissing her. It's a tender moment. She dies. She's human. But what he does is he gives her, he gets up because she gets killed by another mortal. He lops this bastard's head off. He is pissed. Chop, 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 chop. Boom, dead. So he goes to his dead lady and he gives her a kiss and he's about to bury her and she wakes up. I said, what? How? Well, she's happy. She's an immortal. It doesn't last. She gets her head lopped off anyway down the road. But he figures out that, oh, somehow, some way, he can give his immortality to somebody else if they're dying. He refines it. He hones it. First, it requires emotion that someone needs to die. Fast forward a century, he can do it to anybody. Now, this guy is old. This guy is like, I mean, his flashbacks probably would go back to the Viking era, right? Maybe even before then, like Rome. And he has taken hundreds of heads. And as the game comes on, he's like, you know what? I'm going to make this funny. He finds the best sword fighters on the planet. He finds masters of the game. And he kills them. And he gives them one quickening apiece just to disrupt the game. Because the hazard of being an immortal is you become rusty. That's what made Duncan MacLeod so scary. He's like, oh, you might be 3,000 years old. You might be a horseman of the apocalypse with flashbacks in the Bronze Age, but you're only as good as how you are right now. You might be stronger than me. You might be tougher than me, but I'm practicing every day. I'm in that dojo every day. I've helped design martial arts. I am well versed from swordplay from like Italy, Japan, China. Da, 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 da. I'm a bad mofo, right? If you are, on the other hand, working on that thing that keeps you sane, like art or finance or boxing, even, that's not going to save you from getting your head lopped off. And that's what made him unique throughout the series. Like he's chopping people he should not be able to beat. So this guy is finding young blood, but they're fighting masters. Like these are people at the peak of their game right now, at the time of the game right now, and they're lopping off the heads of people who aren't as good, and they're getting stronger without the hassle of the age. He's disrupting the balance of the game. Oh, that's twisted, man. I like that one. Huh. Oh, and the Adrian Paul idea, which can't happen now, is a darn shame. Okay, you have to explain how can you make Highlander movies as you're getting older? Well, all right. There was the one where Christopher Lambert dies. I forget the name of it. Great swordplay. Plot, okay. In my opinion, the bad guy should have been Donnie Yen, because, well, he's the best sword fighter of that cast. He was probably better than Adrian Paul at that point in time. I mean, come on, you're trained by Ip Man, the guy who trained Bruce Lee. I rest my case when it comes to swordplay, huh? But I digress. What if, for the sake of argument, they went with the guy who was there, a good actor, don't get me wrong. What if he was such a badass immortal that Conor McLeod doesn't say, take my head off. They don't have that climactic battle. What they do is like, okay, I have an idea. It's a rumor I heard. Just bear with me. What's the idea? I can't beat him. You can't beat him. We have to kill him on holy ground. You're not supposed to kill anybody on holy ground. Why? Because you lose the quickening to holy ground, I think is the rumor, right? And when battles join, it's supposed to be a one-on-one fight, right? Right. That rule has never been broken. I never heard of it broken. I have. And I know the consequence. So what happens is they force him onto holy ground, and it's not even just the two of them. It's like 5 immortals on holy ground, including Donnie Yen's guy, and they're at peak game, and all of them die except Duncan MacLeod. Conor McLeod dies in Duncan's hands at the end of it, but Duncan MacLeod wins the fight, lops the dude's head off, and the quickening is wrong. All of the quickening is lost, and Duncan MacLeod ends up a man. He's stripped of his immortality, and he ends up, like the next movie, he's a watcher, training other watchers on what not to do. They could have done this. You could be making Highlander films right now. You could do spin-off films right now, and Adrian Paul's in the 60s, da-da-da-da-da, boom, 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 boom. Missed opportunities, I tell you. Now, what's the point of this disturbing thought? The fact that you can look at a movie, at a series, and reverse engineer elements of the plot. And if you do it enough, you may actually come up with something twisted and of your own that's just so radically different that nobody gets it. Until you admit it, maybe, if ever. All right. I am Marcus V. Calvert. That's my disturbing thought of the day. Please check out talesunlimited.net if you want to see more disturbing thoughts or battery prompts or really oddly written books. We're talking short story anthologies, novels, and how-to guides on writing. More to come this year. And until next time, cheers.